Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Danganronpa Lapse. We're back doing this. I don't know why I keep doing this stupid clapping bit, but welcome back. Welcome back, guys. We're here. Last week we ended on the death and we were about to start the trial. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have 100% guess as to who it is. Not yet, at least. I think I made 3 suspects. I forget who they were, but I think once we look at the cast, we'll kind of see who it is. I made like 3 predictions. I don't know why I'm blanking on who they were. I know one of them was the Rantaro guy. He was one of them, 100%. Oh, it's not this. Dang, where's Danganronpa Lapse? Let's launch this shit. Yeah, I don't remember who my guesses were 100%. Take a look at this. There we go. I'm gonna wait until a few more people hop in to start this trial up yet. I'll give it like a minute or two. Severe Danganronpa Lapse in Judgment, true. Okay, I want to give you guys, like, while I wait, I want to give you guys my current thoughts on the series. Because I like being honest about my thoughts on these series that I cover on my channel. And I think being honest with you guys and being transparent about my thoughts on these games that I'm playing or, like, series that I'm reacting to is, like, honestly just very important in general. So, let's talk about what I've seen so far. As of, like, and maybe my review will be different within, like, you know, the next few videos because we'll have a lot more content to work with. But, as of right now, like, I don't know, I'm still trying to feel this, like, game out a little bit more. Because as of right now, and I said this in the Discord, but I feel like it's just kind of rushed, this, like, intro bit. Like, not rushed in the sense that, like, the art looks chopped or, like, in the dialogue. Like, no, all that is fine. I just think the story is moving really, really, really quickly. Like, I feel like we haven't had enough time to kind of be like, oh, shit. Yeah, they're kind of making us kill each other. And, like, listen, I get it. I get it that there's, like, the poison in their, like, bracelets and shit like that. But, like, I don't know. It just feels like they're getting into this, like, really, really quickly. So I also just don't like the fact that they gave us really nothing to work with for this investigation. So that's a little bit frustrating as well. But, I mean, overall, like, I think the design, like, especially, like, the design of, like, the rooms and shit like that is very, very good. I think that's really well done. The characters are pretty solid so far. I wouldn't say there's any characters that are really standing out. Like, we're not getting any Hiroakis or anything like that are, like, 10 out of 10, like, crazy standout characters. I like the puzzle guy. I think I like him the most so far. The main character is, like, oh, hi. Hey, Skylar. Happy belated birthday. And also, that's sick. That's sick you're going to Hamilton. That's fire. What was I saying? Oh, like, I don't know, the main character is, like, they're alright, but I think the thing I don't really like about them, like, the most is, like, I don't know, they just, like, they're very, very insecure about this whole, like, not having an ultimate talent thing. Like, I don't know, I mean, I guess maybe it's an interesting character flaw, but I think after a while it just kind of gets dragged on a bit. It's just like, I don't know, do we need to keep saying it, like, every 5 seconds? Like, I get it, it's gotta be annoying, but whatever. You're good, Skylar. Ashley's alright. She's cool. I mean, she's kind of reminds me of, like, a lot of these guys. She kind of gives me, like, Joe vibes from, like, Your Turn to Die. Not the exact same character by any means, but, you know. And then, I don't know, I guess Fortnite's cool. That guy's kind of cool. Anyway, I think I've kind of dragged this out a bit. I think we're good. I think I'll just start get into it. People join late. That's on them. All right, class trial. Oh, we just met Zero. Without further ado, I take it you all know why you're here. But good morning, Mr. Pineapple. I'm gonna give him the voice I was giving that guy in Danganronpa, but like I honestly don't know if I'm ever playing Danganronpa again, so I don't really care getting him the same voice. Or wait, no, I'm not gonna give him the Mayuri voice. I'm gonna give him I gave him a voice last time. Jeez, you're all a quiet bunch, aren't you? You're all here to suss out who done it. In other words, you're all on trial to figure out who the culprit of today's heinous crime is. Did you think you could just get away with murder and win the prize? No, it's not that simple. The rules are as follows. Discuss, discover, and determine who the culprit is among your group. Majority vote will seal the individual's fate, and we'll just see what happens from there, yeah? One of few outcomes will occur. Determine the vote incorrectly, and the entire class is executed with the culprit alone able to walk free and win the ultimate prize. That's the ideal endgame for the culprit. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and perish at the hands of your group decision. Phew! You might live to see another day. Our victim today is Pandora Esper, the ultimate baker. Sweet young lady who could do nothing wrong, or could she? Well, people can surprise you. So with that out of the way, get to the topic. Who exactly are you? What? You're still asking that even though I introduced myself all nice? You should have bigger concerns than that. Talk about murder. I can't believe who did it isn't your top priority right now. Someone is stomping downstairs. Holy shit. Huh? No one wants to talk. Need I remind you, your lives are kind of on the line? If none of you start talking, you're all default. Well, I'm default. And also it's spelled wrong, so nice try. To having the trial, and you'll all be executed. You don't want that, do you? Executed? What does that mean? Oh, that's me. My fault. The dictionary of definition of execute. To carry out a sentence of death. It's really quite simple. On the one hand, it makes my job easier. I don't have to listen to bad deductions. On the other, I'd be terribly bored if this game didn't go past the first chapter. Everyone, please, we need to discuss who could have possibly done the unthinkable. As trifling or even irrelevant as something may be, if you have any concerns about the case, speak now. It's scary. Say, are you okay? Say, don't push yourself. Yes, thank you. If he wants us to talk, I'll talk. I'll talk about how scared I am. I just want to go home. I can't get used to anything around here. I don't know any of you people. And then someone gets killed. Say, I understand it's difficult, but discussing our friend's death is necessary to ensure we don't find a similar fate ourselves. At the very least, we can try to remember our last moments of her. That Zero is right. We don't want to go down without a fight, right? Why don't we begin with Pandora's last known whereabouts? Silence is way too impressive. A trial to defend ourselves? Why do I need to defend myself if I know for a fact that I would never kill her? Regardless, no one knew where to start. Well then, I shall begin. Hi, Ryoga. Last I saw her, we were sharing a quiet breakfast. I can back that. The group was composed of Art, Echo, Missy, Pandora, and myself in the dining hall from about 7:40 a.m. to 10 a.m. After that, we all kind of went on our own way. I went around the mansion of Echo to talk to the others who weren't at breakfast. Who did we see again, Echo? Or just going to call the people we visited after breakfast. Let's see. We met with... we didn't meet with Ashley. We met with... Cannot? No. Wait, can we? Canon, Fort, Missy, Lyle. I know it's not this one. Just between these two. We did meet with Lyle. I think this one. Yeah. Oh yeah! Those people were Say, Canon, Fort, and Lyle. And we asked them about their talents. That's right, when we were touring the mansion, we met with those four and no one else. The only ones we didn't see after breakfast were Pandora and Ashley. I mean, we met with Pandora when we were talking with Canon, but she didn't stick around long. She said she had somewhere to be and left to go who knows where. So it was a period of time in which no one saw Pandora last. Is that correct? That window being somewhere around 10 a.m. to approximately 4 p.m. Can anyone provide the whereabouts in the approximate time frame? I was alone in the study for a good portion of the afternoon. I went to the theater at about 2:30 p.m. Oh, you must have left just before I went in. I went to the study around 3 p.m. I spent my time in my personal room. I wasn't in one place. I was investigating the mansion until 3, that is. I met up with Art for a bit and eventually landed in the jazz club right before 4. I was regaling myself with amenities in the theater for much of the afternoon. I was in my room too. After I had a meal with Art and Echo, I went back and didn't leave at all. I was in the atrium for a while. Looks like no one has a particularly strong alibi except Art and Echo who can vouch for each other until 3 p.m. What does that mean? It means that since many of us were acting on our own accord, on our own for an extended period of time, our whereabouts can be heavily doubted. Anyone could have lied about their activity and instead set up some sort of trap to get rid of Pandora since no one saw each other. So we're all suspicious? It's difficult to narrow down who's potentially suspicious on these claims alone. Let's calm down and think thoroughly. Why don't we move the topic to the forced motive question? The question along with the motivation music was provided to push someone to commit crime. We had to figure out what would have caused such distress. The forced motive question? Small group of us talked about it briefly this morning over breakfast, but ultimately we couldn't figure out what the purpose of the question was. Why don't we discuss the purpose now that everyone is present? Discussion commence. Alright. The forced motive question. The question was, are your talents a true representation of who you are? Who are you beyond your talent? What could it mean? I should pay attention to the statements that might sound interesting. The question to provoke killing? It makes no sense. How could a simple question to make us do something as extreme as that? Make us do something as extreme as end someone's life? This morning, we speculated that sharing the history beyond our talents would create a greater bond between us. I am being inclined to agree with that conclusion. It only makes sense after all. But it is also possible that it's a tactic used to instill distrust and cause discord. The question was, are your talents, who are you, but what could it mean? Okay, so this is how they do the truth bullets in this one. I don't think it's that one. Oh wait, this is the save button. What do you mean by distrust, Ash? Let's say someone didn't want to talk about their talent, despite the talent being something that's highly lauded. If someone wouldn't want to talk about such an unassuming topic, the resistance should be suspicious, right? But just because someone's talent is public knowledge doesn't necessarily mean the individual's life and practice behind it should be public as well. Ash, you kept your talent unknown to me for whatever reason. Are you saying you want me to believe you're suspicious? What? Huh? Why would she... Okay. Of course not. How could you even say that? Did you ask someone about the forced motive question and not get an answer? No, I just didn't want to bother anyone with such a potentially loaded question. Is my talent a true representation of who I am? I never thought about my talent as a representation of me. It was simply a hobby that spiraled into something incredulous. I don't know who default for you is, but I can tell you my suspect. Mine is, for me, I would say it's either the dude that's like the ultimate charisma, or it's Ashley. I never would have thought racing would lead me to end up in such a strange mess. Sorry to press you so hard, Ash. Art asked me if I knew anything about your talent, and I couldn't properly answer him. That said, I think this conversation eventually proved your point, that it could cause discord, that contention even between us. That's alright. I'm sorry if keeping it a secret hurt you, Echo. I didn't mean to tie you up in such complications. It's not so complicated, you're my friend. If anything hurts, the fact that I burdened you with this topic. Well, that's the purpose of discussion, isn't it? To bring ideas and theories to light? And I don't suppose I just performed an example of causing the question causing such an altercation. Interesting. Oh, wasn't that something? Best friends reconciling about their differences for the sake of proving a point. Suppose every discussion has to start somewhere. Okay, as you were. Right, thank you for that bookend, Zero. In that case, what if the question posed was meant to make us look at Ultimate Student's talents as an ends to justify the means product? A means justify fries served with what? Wait, fries in the bag? Art's putting the fries in the bag? Oh, sorry. The end justifies the means, a saying in which the result is deemed so important that any method, morally good or bad, may be used to achieve it. In this case, I believe what Echo is saying is regardless how someone achieved such advanced talent or what the person's like behind it is meaningless in the grand scheme of having an ultimate title. After all, didn't we sign up for the preservation project knowing full well that we didn't need to bear an ultimate title? An ultimate title. A precariously valuable title someone receives for super excelling in their field of expertise. But what does this possibly have to do with Pandora getting killed? There's no way anyone was, like, jealous of her talent or something, was there? You were all strangers before meeting in this place anyway. I fully want to believe. I want to believe we all got along well with her. We all got along with each other, in fact. Without the killing game pressure, I don't see how anyone can possibly harbor any ill will. Nah, someone has to. God, I hate her. What? What? I'm bored. You aren't talking about anything interesting, so I thought I'd throw you all a bone to get the ball rolling a little faster. Not one single person is going to be loved by everyone. It's just not possible. How could you say that? She had nothing but show kindness and warmth toward everyone. Pandora only ever wanted to share good food with friends. Yeah, she always worked tirelessly to bring us together for delicacies. Blah. Oh, good show, everyone. You're all such great actors. I guess it's been fun watching, but the discussion isn't really going anywhere. I'll just put an end to this now. This case, this trial, some an elaborate ARG scheme. Oh, brother, come on. We're not doing this. Lyle? It's all an act. The reason why there's such few clues is just a way to save resources. Imagine the folks saying, sorry, I don't know what that was. Imagine if the folks setting up the game had to use a bunch of fake blood to create the scene. Now, I suppose for the sake of entertainment, such systems exist to waste resources. Lyle, what are you talking about? Pandora isn't dead. She can't be. Nothing adds up. But I suppose if you want to keep playing, I'll say this. Let's think about who was on the scene first. I recall correctly, it was Echo, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw Pandora's body first, then I called for help, which made Cyrus and Canon arrive shortly after. Okay, easy. The culprit is one of you three. What? On what grounds do you think you can speculate that? Pandora's supposed time of death was 4:05, right? I'll set the scene. We're just minding our business in the mansion, not knowing what's to come. Soon some nasty music starts playing, and one of you three starts getting stressed out. So you strangle the first person you see. How else could we narrow down the culprit? It has to be someone who was near the scene after 4 p.m. And that person couldn't have gotten far after escaping the crime scene. In my opinion, the motivation to kill with stress from the music is kind of shoddy writing, but at least there was an attempt. See, I'm with him. That was kind of shoddy writing, but, you know, we'll give it to him. All keeps going on about the killing game being an ARG, but her death seemed so real. Huh? Wait, doesn't that mean everyone's allies from earlier don't amount to anything? Bingo. I think you all discussed your whereabouts up to approximately 3 p.m. latest, but no one said anything then to 4 p.m. when the music started. The critical moment to consider is the time just before the murder occurred, obviously. Someone off Pandora via acute strangulation and made their getaway. It's not likely the culprit would have gotten far from them, and when Echo supposedly discovered the body. So the window of action here down to between 4 and 4:05 p.m. Does anyone care to share their newly updated whereabouts? Where we all were in the approximate time around 4 p.m. leading up to the motivational music. See you, Skylar. Have a good one. After hanging out with Lyle, I went to the atrium. The music was blasting in there. Guess he joined me in the theater after the music started. I thought Fort and I could go backstage and control the sound system, but our attempts were futile. I was in my room still hiding under the covers. I told you, I was in the foyer leading up to the music. It was noisy, sure, but nothing I couldn't deal with. I was in the jazz club. I told Echo earlier, soon I was in the climbing center and saw no one suspicious dart past the door. Okay. Like, say, I was in my room too. I want to press him. Why did you leave the door open in the first place? I left it open in case anyone wanted to join me. That's it? Is that reason so unbelievable? Guess not. Did you run to the atrium when the music started playing? No, I was already around that area after hanging out with Lyle. Why would I go to a giant room that echoes to avoid that horrible music? Okay. Oh, okay. Wait a minute, Lyle. I know for a fact that the jazz club is soundproof. That's right. I happened to play the cello yesterday. You and Cyrus were just outside the jazz club in the hallway. Neither of you seemed to have any reaction when we came out shortly after. That means it's possible that Lyle was exempt from hearing the motivational music. Does it? I suppose you're onto something. I mean, I don't even know what the motivational music sounds like, but... But nothing. That's an awfully precarious situation. But nothing. That's an awfully precarious situation to put yourself in, Lyle. Sure, it's odd, but what's stranger still is how did Lyle know about the motivational music if he never heard it? The kiosks. Remember, they could translate sound to text, but this time I only saw a message. It said something like preserving the atmosphere of the room. Zero. What's up? You're the judge of this trial, but you are also the announcement operator outside of these walls. I assume you can assist us with some clerical like this. Can you say what the kiosk message said in specific? Your current room is a special room that blocks all outside sounds to preserve the atmosphere of the room. Please enjoy to your heart's content. I didn't write that, by the way. So you're saying we could have avoided the noise entirely? Isn't that too convenient? Wait a minute. In that case, what if Lyle's the one who killed Pandora? What? Didn't I just say that it was music that would have provoked someone to kill her? I was in the jazz club too. I didn't hear the music. Therefore, I couldn't have felt the motivation to move. No, you could have killed her in the jazz club and moved her body to the spa lounge. That would explain the lack of clues in the spa lounge. This is troublesome. Did any of us investigate the jazz club afterwards? No, I was shocked from seeing the body. I didn't even think about looking elsewhere. I think we're all just astonished as soon as we heard the body scream. I love when I get like 8 or 9 hours of sleep and I'm still fucking yawning. That's crazy. So perhaps Lyle counted on that fact and did in fact kill her in the jazz club. He doesn't have an alibi a large portion of the afternoon anyway. Saying something like scouring the mansion for clues. He could have spent the whole day unsupervised plotting a terrible thing that ended Pandora's life. Hey, haven't you heard the phrase extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence? That's not out of the question. After all, the ultimate puzzle maker could have set up something so elaborate that the answer to this murder puzzle goes right over our head. Yeah, I don't know what Say's doing. She's kind of a bot, Ruthie. I don't know why she's over here acting like she knows shit. She kind of is like sus herself. That can't be possible. I was in the climbing center, which is between the spa lounge and the jazz club. If Lyle committed the crime in the jazz club, or jazz lounge, I would have been plainly witness to the change of scene. You very well could have constructed that alibi to assist Lyle in his dark activity. Now, why on earth would I lie about such a thing? Settle down! Yelling at each other with hypotheticals isn't getting us anywhere. Agreed. If it will quell Say and Fortnite's worries, let's tackle their initial theory and go from there. Say and Fortnite are wrapped up in the hostility of Lyle killing. I don't think it's worth discussing. Say, Fortnite, please calm down. There's no way Lyle could have killed her and then moved the body. What? That's because someone would have seen him do that. Yes, I would have seen Lyle move the body if that was the case. Remember, I left the climbing center's doors open. The climbing center is located between the spa lounge and the jazz club. By the recorded time of killing, the music would have been playing, and by then I was no longer climbing. Not with that din distracting me. Alright, perhaps I'll accept your admission as truth. Seeing as the plausibility of Lyle moving the body is unfounded, where do we stand now? Oh my stars, you're all so bad at this! What? I'll tell you all for certain that nothing happened in the jazz club. Huh? I'm telling you this because you are awful at this whole trial thing. Jeez. I guess this is what happens when there's no ultimate detective around, huh? And your ultimate photographer's so quiet, but she's all but dropped dead at this point. She did drop dead. You'd have to go through another trial, and I don't think I want to have the patience to watch you run in circles at this point. Alright. Since this is clearly going nowhere, allow me to throw you a bone. Something strange about that note in spa pool, don't you think? Lyle very conveniently managed to redirect the conversation from the piece of evidence on the scene. What do you all think for yourselves? The note? The note must have something to do with Pandora's murder, but what? I'm certain Art and Lyle know something about it, since Lyle brought it up with us, but... Hello? What's wrong with the dead air? Don't want to talk anymore? You don't want everyone to die without giving the trial your best shot, do you? Like, are any of you even trying to save yourselves? Maybe I should stop giving these opportunities. Courtroom fell silent. Seems we all neglect the gravity of the situation, or rather we were avoiding it. It's just nothing felt real. Pandora's deaf, her body hardly showing any signs of injury. It was like she was asleep. It's as if we all wanted to forget the reality of the topic at hand, which was that someone had killed our friend. Kept dodging and darting around the main issue. Yes, as painful as it is, we must discuss the murder. It may seem hopeless at the moment, but since we don't have much information to work with, but clues will reveal themselves as we bring certain topics to light. So, don't hold your tongue. We must do this to save ourselves. Then, I'll start for cause of death. From there, it'll probably be easier to reason out potential subjects, or suspects. According to the Monokuma file, it was strangulation. Can we identify what she was strangled with? We're going to touch upon the possibilities. May be difficult to think about, but no one said such a fight would be easy. What was she strangled with? I was thinking it might have been a rope from the climbing center. Horrifying to think about, but perhaps the culprit used their own hands. That's what I think. Let us narrow down our thoughts and estimate things. Let's narrow down our thoughts and eliminate things that would be unlikely. What do you think about what in Spa Lounge could be used? I want to go with the hands first. Okay, no, they didn't. Thinking about it though, if someone was grasping so tight, don't you think there would be fingernail marks dug in their skin? Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be the rope, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Okay, so there's something in the Spa Lounge. What in the Spa Lounge can be used? Consider the following. Climbing Center and Jazz Club were occupied by one person each. Neither of the occupants saw anyone else during their stay. The killing occurred soon after the 4 p.m. music, so it's likely the culprit could have only used whatever is available on location. Oh, it's just the towel. Could it be? Like, are you on to something? I think so. You brought up a good line that made me rethink the scenario. I recall seeing something that might answer our questions. I believe the culprit may have used a towel to strangle her. It's an unassuming object, isn't it? Of course, there are going to be towels in the Spa Lounge. So the culprit took advantage of the location and utilized the tools available. The tool being the very towel she was resting her head on. The killer's probably pissed. You guys are right. And they must have strangled her by wrapping the towel around her neck and pulling until she stopped struggling. She stopped struggling and breathing altogether. What would explain the lack of fingernails dug in, as well as explain why I didn't see anyone near the climbing center and the event rope was used. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking toilet paper too. Shout out my goat Gonta. It might just be a conjecture, but it's the best thing we have so far. But there's something bothering me. If I may, what I don't get is, why was Pandora seemingly so relaxed in the spa? She was reclined there and there weren't any signs of a struggle in the whole room. That's something that has me confused too, because like honestly, like the way she's like sitting there laying down is like she doesn't even seem like stressed or like she's not giving that face that like most people have whenever they get choked out, like how Miyu was. She's not grasping for her throat or anything like that, so it's like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Am I tweaking, right? Like I feel like that's kind of weird, no? There must have been the obnoxious music playing in the spa, too, so I doubt she would have stayed. That's strange indeed. I certainly couldn't concentrate on timing grips once it started. The music was so annoying, I didn't know it was playing until I was outside. More importantly, Echo, did you bonk your head or something? Spa lounge is soundproof. Huh? Well, I guess that makes sense since I threw the door open upon entering. Hang on, what? The lounge is soundproof? Oops, was that not common knowledge? Hold it. Explain yourself. Does that have relevance to the trial? The spa lounge is soundproof. The motivational music was playing through the rest of the mansion. Whoever was in the spa lounge of Pandora must have not been aware of the music. So I noticed in your kiosk message you didn't specify what room was soundproof. Someone said your current location is a special room. Is that correct? I said I didn't write that! But, yes, I guess I did say that, didn't I? Fine, yes. All second room floors are soundproof. Happy? All second floor rooms? In that case, wouldn't Pandora have been completely relaxed and unaware of motivational music when it started at 4 p.m.? Wait, that's not right. Well, not the atrium, but it's more of a giant hall than a room. No closed doors or anything, you know? I wasn't aware. I left the climbing center's doors open during my stay. So it's not just the jazz club. Probably assume the jazz club alone was soundproof because people perform in there. Now it's been revealed that Pandora is willingly in the spa lounge, relaxed and completely unaware of the music, presumably far before it started playing in the first place. Even when it did begin, she would have been undisturbed by it due to the soundproof quality of the spa lounge. Just a minute. That means the motivational music had nothing to do with provoking someone to kill her. What? Echo, you have an idea of what provoked the person, don't you? You had this look on your face since this afternoon. It's the note, isn't it? You've seen it before. In fact, you saw it before I brought it up with you in art. Finally, talking about the note! Yeah, I've seen it before. Pandora showed it to me herself last night. Pandora? But how did she see it? Lyle said it was the announcement's special gift from this morning. I lied about that. There was no special gift. Someone did show up. I was going to call them a chump personally. I'm actually perplexed as to where that came from. Although, maybe I shouldn't complain. The note has made things very interesting. What is this note you're all talking about? Remember that scrap of paper we saw in the spa pool? Yeah, it was soaked beyond legibility. That's the note we're talking about. Namely, a note to be kept in secrecy. Ironbird said if you recognize one of the symbols depicted, then you have finally found the inner safe. Do not speak unless the note's existence, just know it yourself. It had 2 emblems on it as the note references, and I saw one of those emblems on that shred of wet paper in the spa room. Pandora was in possession of such a dangerous, suspicious thing? Culprit must have saw that she had that note on hand and threw it in the pool to soak and destroy it. They were probably afraid of the ramifications of protecting the recipient. It would affect the good eye on the rest of us in the killing game. They probably thought that whoever was in possession of the note must be linked to the game itself. Then wouldn't the culprit be one of the few people who knew of its existence? That's right, she reacted when Zero mentioned it. Say, when you reacted when Zero mentioned the note earlier, have you seen the note before? I've never seen it. I see. So we're lying. But how could that be? Lyle said he saw Say go into the pantry, and after that she left and he saw the note. For this trial, only ones who could have seen it were Say, Lyle, Echo, and me, right? If the atrium special gift is a lie, then what's with the secret note being in the pantry earlier this afternoon? I imagine Pandora herself must have left it there, seeing as she was utilizing the ingredients from the pantry to make breakfast this morning. She just left it there? Then why is there a similar note in the spa's pool? She couldn't have left it out of her possession if it's supposedly a note kept in secrecy. Wait a minute, then are there 2 notes? But we still don't know where those notes came from in the first place. Ah! None of these random details are making any sense. I'm also having a hard time sorting out this relevant information. Indeed, it's becoming a lot more difficult to define what the truth is. What happened, when, and why things are as they are. Can we try to lay down a timeline of events? Like clear our heads and straighten things out, if anything. Timeline of events. Yes, I think that could help. I noticed a handful of discrepancies that could use clearing up. Perhaps I ought to take events back to last night when Pandora showed me a secret note. Note seems to be the biggest complication. I think it was 11. No? Yeah, it was 10. I remember the lights started to dim during our conversation, indicating the start of nighttime. The following morning, which was earlier today, we can assume Pandora must have been up earlier than everyone and began preparing breakfast. That's right. First minute of an announcement rang at 9 a.m. Yes, that's it. Just before 3, Art and I ran into Lyle as he was going to his room. We talked to him a little bit about the question, but he had this little to say about the matter. During our conversation, we brought to our attention the secret note. Same secret note Pandora had the night before. Lyle claimed that someone had left the note in the pantry. The person who was in the pantry before him was Say. There is something. Something's missing. I found uneasy anticipation tugging at me, something willing to continue the pursuit of whatever force caused this mess. I had to try. Uncovering the truth was more difficult than I thought, but Pandora would tell me not to give up. I had to try to narrow down what strange factor's weak point was. Perhaps I would think backwards from Pandora's side to see if there was any holes. Alright, that's true. Wait a minute, when I first entered the spa lounge, I was initially under the impression that there was more motivational music playing within. Someone noted that they were unaware of the music until they moved from one area to the next. That's strange indeed. I certainly couldn't concentrate on the climbing grips once it started. The music was so annoying, I didn't know it was playing until I was outside. Oh, there it is. Wait, is it art or... Not art. By making a remark of the change between locations, the culprit could have only been in the spa lounge before the motivational music. By that logic, the culprit must have shared the room with the victim. Art? Everyone, I think I have the full picture. What was with you? You were totally spaced out for a second. Be quiet, you. Yes, ma'am. My fault, man. Echo, was there something we were missing? Yeah, I think something might have slipped right under us. We've been looking at this under the guise that we've been looking at this under the guise that the motivational music had everything to do with the murder. However, there's a discrepancy in the thinking. Pandora was never exposed to it, yet she wound up victim to the effects of it. As we discussed and discovered, all second-floor rooms are soundproof from outside the noise, when the doors close. Case in point, Cyrus leaving the climbing center, doors open, and Lyle undisturbed in the jazz club. But then I noticed, someone said something strange. They mentioned they weren't aware of the music either, that is until they exited a presumably soundproof room. Neither Cyrus nor Lyle ever encountered anyone during their stay, so by process of elimination, the only room this person could have exited would be the spa lounge. I don't know if anyone else picked up on it, but I think I know who the culprit is. Art. Did you kill Pandora? Art? What? Hang on! That can't be. Please yield. Echo, this thought of yours, it's awfully bold of you to point the finger at someone so conclusively. It's only a shred of an idea, but it's the only piece that fits. If we put the timeline together, beginning from when Art and I separated at 3 p.m., it's not unreasonable to assume that this crime was conducted during a smaller window, when Art and Lyle separated before the motivational music. Since stated several times that Lyle's behind— What?! You're all going to listen to that tiny impossible statement? Art, say something! Don't let them tell you what's what! That's nonsense! What? In fact, he was in the jazz club until 4 p.m. Yeah, isn't that right? You must know we are beyond the veil of smoke and mirrors at this point. What are you implying? It's far too late for you to defend him. If you two were together, it would have been mentioned ages ago. That shadow I saw at the top of the stairs. It must have been Art fleeing the spa lounge, heading toward the atrium. He must not have known there was distressing music playing outside the spa. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let slip that he noticed the shifting music when leaving the spa after the fact. Lyle, please think about the events in your head. As much as I hate to admit it, there's only one answer I can think of. Even though this is all speculative and I want nothing more than not to believe it. It's the only ammunition I have. Art, we're your friends, aren't we? Please, if we're wrong, just tell us we're wrong. If this is all untrue, we can put this debacle behind us. So you have to crash out. Echo, do you remember what I told you when you asked me about the forced motive question? Yeah. Recall you saying you liked playing golf, but you haven't expanded your interests outside golfing. Yeah. It's because they would never let me. It's a terrible existence being the ultimate golfer for them. All day I stand out in the sun, listening to jerks pitch false interest and crummy business ideas to each other. I'm not playing golf, I'm just there to look good while the suits are off playing corporate deception and scratching. They made me hate golf. It's that motive question made me think of what I was doing. I wasn't having fun anymore, you know? Even though I'm great at it, I'm the ultimate golfer. If that's the case, it didn't feel like me anymore. It's weird. I had more fun here, hanging out with everyone, not indulging in my talent. You know, it's the thing that landed me here in the first place. I kept thinking about that. I kept thinking about the FMQ, about how I hate this part of me that's blessed with an opportunity to hang out with you all, fun people. Before I knew it, I wandered into the spa lounge for some peace and quiet. I thought no one was in there. Pandora was there, quiet as a mouse. I didn't even notice her until I sat right next to her. She was so nice. Good afternoon, Art. Care to join me? Yeah, sure thing. Are you alright? I didn't scare you, did I? Oh, no, I just didn't notice you when I came in. You know how it is. Head somewhere else and all. Yeah. I see. Art, may I ask something? What's up? I believe I heard about you influencing a merger between yours and Lyle's school, am I correct? Yeah, that was a while ago. That's such an amazing accomplishment! I could only wish to achieve something as half as grand as that. It's nothing. I hardly remember it. If you insist, it's nothing to sneeze at, either. I'm sure the students of both schools have benefited greatly from the feat. Yeah, probably, but I wouldn't know. I only went to school for a year before I was pulled out and focused on golfing. I'm a private tutor to cover the difference. Oh, that's quite the generous offer. I hope you can use your talent as a musician to help more people. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. I have faith in you, Art. In fact, I believe all of us could have the ability to induce beneficial change like that, if we're given the opportunity. Ultimate students, we have the power of passion and influence in our hands, just like them. I hope we all use it for the good of the future. I know we will. Yes, at last, I finally found them. I didn't know what to say. Power of passion? Influencing change isn't as rosy as she chalks it up to be. The only thing that my talent never got me was trapped. I used to golf all the time with my grandfather before he passed away. After that, I was taken in by some company who would take care of me, 3 square meals and a comfortable place to live. I always played perfect games, perfect but boring. Day in and day out, it was the same thing. I thought I was there to show my skill, but every game was just an outside business conference. Eventually, I honed my skills enough to hit a hole-in-one, no matter what. I played short games no one would ever care to watch. But I ace it, and they love it. I whiff it, and they eat it up. At that point, they didn't care what I did. Using my talent for the good of the future? What about my future? I didn't want to stay with that group for the rest of my life. I thought escaping to the preservation project would finally free me from that imprisonment. I think it's all messed up. Pandora closed her eyes. I felt a burning. She said she found them. Who was she talking about? It was obvious, right? I didn't know what to say. I just took the note she had, threw it in the pool, and I wanted it to go away. But then, everything happened in slow motion. It was like my body had moved on its own. My head was ringing, my hands narrowed her onto the towel on her shoulders, and everything was red. It was like there was a fire in my head. When I heard her gasp, my arms were tense, and eventually... I'm sorry. Art, you are a fucking bot, dude. Let me just say it for what it is. You are an actual robot. Like, I get it. He has to be perfect and all, but, like... And, like, I guess rich assholes fucking suck, but, like... I don't know, you're fucking... You have free will, do you not? Who's holding you prisoner? Just fuck up a shot every now and then. Just be like, oops, I messed it up. Guess I gotta redo it. Like... This might be one of the goofiest motivations I think I've heard in a minute. I'm sorry, Lyle. I was trying to have fun with you earlier. Huh? My good-for-nothing talent made me despise golf. I never had fun with it since people discovered that they can use me for their business deals. Being honest with you, figuring out a big puzzle is the most genuine fun I've had in a while. Thanks, Lyle. What the? No way. No way. This isn't real. You're just part of a fake game, right? You didn't kill anyone. You're an actor! Tell me you're an actor and that whole story was fake! Art! Tell me this isn't real! It's miserable. Like all of us. Lyle had been struggling to come to terms with the fact that Art, of all people, Lyle, is this the truth? It was shred of evidence to go with for a confession. I don't know if I can point out a culprit based on such a little proof. Miss, you want to keep discussing it even after his piteous confession? You want to have my doubts, am I not? I can't accept it. I'm sure the rest of you are also having trouble the same. Doubting's the only thing keeping me from fully realizing the weight of a lofty, impossible to swallow truth. Yeah, he's a bot. Art might be a bot. Change the A and the R to a B and an O, and he's bot. If I can doubt, I can still cling to the possibility of art not committing such a horrible crime. Missy, you're deluding yourself with such a false hope. Just like the unfortunately misguided lie. Such thinking is unsustainable. There's no need for doubt. Canon? I have definitive proof. Canon? Small, but it was unmistakable. Art, seated at the base of the atrium centerpiece globe with his head in his hands. Dart looked to be a shot from the second floor entryway. That means the shadowy figure I saw was... that was me, following Art as he fled from the spa lounge. Huh? It was in the foyer, remember? So when I saw Art emerge from the spa lounge, I went to tail him, following him as far as the entrance to the atrium. Then I heard you shout for help, and I did an about face. Little did I know, I would stumble upon the very thing he was running from. What the heck is this? Kid, you're sure is a weird photographer. So does that settle your doubt, Missy? But why wait to reveal such damning... why wait to reveal such damning evidence? You think I want his blood on my hands? If I presented this photograph, we'd know the culprit for certain thanks to me. Because I'm always unlucky enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't want to bear that weight on my conscience. I know it's selfish, but take it or leave it. Then, I suppose it's settled. If you'd agree it's unquestionably the truth, there's no reason for doubt. It seems you all come to your consensus. In that case, it's voting time. It's the final phrase of your class trial. Vote for who you think is the culprit. After all that jabbering, you'd better have a solid answer. Don't let any of that sentimental doubt or faith, whatever, keep you from saving yourselves. It's voting time! Where is he? Here. Guilty! And we have a winner! The culprit responsible for the murder of Pandora Esper is none other than the ultimate golfer, Arturo Campapiano. Oof, took long enough. Let's try to do better next time, alright? For now, it's time for the grand finale! You've reached your exciting destination at the end of your first class trial. The destination being... punishment time! Oh, we're just getting straight into it. Class trial adjourned. Punishment time? Well, yeah, eye for an eye, right? He was caught. Too bad. Recap Rule 5. To expedite the process towards the ultimate prize, one must kill a fellow student without getting caught. Oh, but what happens if they do get caught? Recap trial rules. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and perish at the hand of your group's decision. It's bizarre. If it weren't for Echo's conveniently specific memory and the Canon's terrible luck pulling her to witness him, Art might have gotten away. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Arturo Campapiano? Camfunko Papiano? This is what the Preservation Project wanted, isn't it? To kill and live on, to prove your strength above the other ultimates? What, you think you're going to live on? Whoops! You really don't have an emotional constitution to carry on the people's future. What? No. You let your fears and anxiety eat at you until you broke. Stop. Why, I'm shocked Pandora didn't live. She lost to you. A weak, vulnerable, pathetic... That's enough! The other announcer. Oh, wait, hold on, guys. Alright. The voice welcome us to this place was here. Zero, stop this at once. Oh, you. I believe I got rid of you, but you still came back. So weird. See what I did there, Eve? Eve? These students revealed the culprit. Was that not sufficiently entertaining enough for you? Yeah, they sure did the thing, but geez, did it take a while? Alright, fine. His face was so rich with despair, I couldn't help it. It was fun for you too, right? Stop this. Fine, fine. I'll get on with it. Goodbye, Arturo Funko Papiano, the ultimate golfer. Your execution awaits, and so it goes. Zero's hologram warped out, and a huge rumbling sound tore through the room. Something was coming. The courtroom floor rumbled beneath us. One of the trial grounds walls slid open, revealing a dark pit beyond the walls. From within, a golf cart came shrieking out, drifting and circling, and stands out to stop squarely behind Art. Mechanized arms sweep Art off his feet, pulling him into the cart, and had hardly stopped for a second before peeling back into the darkness that it came from. Art became sequestered from us. All he could do was watch in horror as his fate was projected on the screen near the trial grounds. Art was tossed unceremoniously into what appeared to be a sand bunker in the middle of a giant miniature golf course. He rose coughing up sand, meeting the gaze of the Kish bear statue holding a raged driver. There twitched, its metal body groaned wearily as the arm shook to life. Swing tall in the air, Art gasped. What? I don't get it. He got slashed by a bear? Is that it? What? Man. Ooh, that's worth the wait, I think. And it's funny. He hated golf, but little did he know all those business deals he sat in on. Those deals were the ones that brought us in the funding for the preservation project, the very thing he wanted to escape to. He thought he could fly away, but it turns out his influence was unescapable. Life sure is cruel, wasn't it? It's horrifying. Disgusting display mocking Art's ultimate title, ending his life. He hid his talent in the last moments. It's all he saw. We all stood completely and utterly shocked. No one said a word. No one moved a muscle. And an unmistakable feeling, sinking feeling, froze us over. Despair! It was time for entertaining me. How about I answer one question that's been drilling into your minds? Where are we? This isn't the preservation project at all, is it? Oh, I said one question only. We have a courtroom besides in the Monokuma superstructure. Those earthquakes, those aren't going to bother us thanks to civil engineering. The wonders of modern technology never cease, huh? So cool. Oh, okay, alright, I see. Gotcha. I hope that satisfied your curiosity. It most certainly did not, you cad. Zero. You are a reaper of despair. Whatever you do ends in futility and provides no benefit to anyone. No benefits to anyone except you and your horrible I'm not even trying to say that word. Do not think for a moment you've won. I will continue to fight back, even after what you've done to me. Silver of light remains. Echo Pine. Huh? You receive the title of Ultimate Memory. Memory? What is that? We have a tactician, photographer, and silly puzzle master. Good memory for their skills already acquired, wouldn't you think? I wouldn't even humor you with this one. That talent is even comparable to something remotely useful. Ultimate analytical prowess is that like that one prophetic girl. Come on. You've You've really given up trying, haven't you? It's no fun having any competition. Fine, you think you will give these people hope? NP6, your queen is in trouble. I have little information neither you nor the students will like. Cyrus Cirque is someone to be wary of. He isn't who he says he is. He's not a normal Ultimate student like the rest of you. He's much more involved in this game than you think. Ultimate Charisma is a terrible cover talent. You're all truly clueless if you believe that. Zero, stop. You've meddled enough. What, and you haven't? I've given this power for a reason, you know? And I'm going to use it as I please. This isn't the answer. Whatever, courtroom's closed. These losers can marinate in despair for a night. But tomorrow, we'll get it going again. Zero. Shut up, I'm tired of your poor, useless attempts at creating hope! You'll never win. You're a failure. That odd display, the two holograms cut out. What? Just happened. I was on the verge of tears. My whole body shook violently. Ugh. There's a weight at the bottom of my heart dragging my whole body down. I feel like my head is going to split. Becoming trapped in a strange luxury mansion where I seemingly didn't belong. It's like a group of revered students with so-called ultimate talent. Getting involved up in a class trial where we had to investigate someone killing someone else. Concluding with gruesome execution as if everything else wasn't enough. Why was this happening? I want to go to bed. For a long, long, long time. Before I knew it, my limp body dove to the floor and I kneeled over. My heavy eyes closed wearily, and I allowed myself to sink into the velvety darkness. Okay, I guess that makes a bit more sense. Chat, you guys aren't gonna like me for saying this, but honestly, I think I want to end the stream right here. Just do this one trial today. Mainly because I'm trying to get my real ID today, so I can travel. Cause turns out you can't fly without a real ID anymore. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna go do that, and I just have a very busy day, but I think what I'm gonna end up doing, though, is, because, like, I don't know, that, and I also just want to do the trial today, like, I don't know, we'll do more stuff next stream, but, also, and I also just don't want to rush this series. I don't want to rush the series. I want to, like, try and, like, take my time, considering it's a little bit shorter. So, that's, like, one thing. The other thing I was gonna say is, I think I might do a second stream today, but we're gonna do, like, Dead by Daylight or some other game. Because, like I said, I've been meaning to stream other games, and I just kind of haven't, so that's what we're doing. So yeah, we're just gonna end it at this point. Ultimately, Art as like a killer definitely did not. I don't think I pictured that. I don't think he was one of my guesses at all. He was kind of on my safe board, to be honest with you. I'm really disappointed Pandora was the first victim, because, like, I actually really liked her character a lot. I think Chapter 2, Victim, my prediction for the Victim is going to be Sei. But, could be wrong in that. Could be someone else. Could be Fortnite. We'll see. Yeah, that's my prediction so far. And, I mean, yeah, the trial was alright. It was pretty solid, but I feel like there was points where it kind of dragged on. I didn't really like how we kind of had that little middle portion where I had to answer the questions of, like, stuff that was literally getting answered, like, 10 minutes before. I don't know, I thought that was kind of stupid, to be honest with you. But, I mean, so far, I mean, I do really like this game. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not completely up there yet, but maybe with the, like, last trial, and I kind of like the whole dynamic we have of Zero and this, like, other AI person. I don't know what their name is, if they said it or not, but that's, like, the other thing I would probably say. But yeah, we'll be back for this next Tuesday. And I'll be maybe on again later tonight, streaming Dead by Daylight, so stay tuned. That's gonna be it, though, guys. I will catch you guys next time. Keep it